up, people?
What's up?
It's my new intro now. I just say, what up? Or wait, no, what was that? What did the frogs used to say? The
What's
Budweiser
up?
frogs? What's up? Welcome, everybody, to From East to West, Amazon AMA, whatever. Who cares? Ask questions. We're not going to answer. It doesn't matter. It really does matter. But if you want it to matter, it's fine. We don't take ourselves too seriously around here. I started to go with an accent, so I'm just going to lean into it. We don't take ourselves too seriously around here, but we do like to talk about important things like Amazon. And I actually have a great topic that I want to talk about, but I do want to make sure that we touch in a very appropriate way on Prime Day, because Elizabeth came on last time, and it was on Prime Day that we talked about it. So I'm curious,
how did that go?
Well, I mean, it went well with Elizabeth. She was great.
Yeah, you guys probably got like 1,000 people viewing in compared to us, like 12.
I don't know. I think we had about 2.6 million.
Wow.
But you and I usually have about 1.4. So
I'm surprised you want me back.
Oh, I would never. I'm attached to the hip, man. So much so that I think I told you one of our software providers was like, "Hey, I know you and Brett are really close. So if he wants to use this too, he's more than welcome to." I was like, "Yeah, we must be really close."
Oh my gosh, people are trying to get to me from you.
They're just willing to extend to you via me, is how I took it. But maybe, I don't know.
I am pretty difficult to get a hold of.
But I feel like, is that maybe intentional?
Or that's by design.
Yeah, just like, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If there are people in the industry that are super visible and they are intentional about being visible, you're like the rogue CIA agent that just pops up randomly.
I mean, the way to get a hold of me, you got to come snowboarding with me during the wintertime up here in Bend.
I have never snowboarded, and I really should come to Bend this year and do that with you. But do I need to get gear? How does that even work?
Yeah, you'll probably need some gear to snowboard. I did a post on it, and people loved it.
Yeah, I think your idea of doing you can talk about work, but just doing a group meetup and making an event, I almost want to take credit for that idea because I love it. But instead of it being like a conference, just have it be getting out and doing things. Maybe you have an agenda. We're going to meet up in the morning, have coffee, go snowboarding, have a meal, and do drinks, mocktail drinks in the evening. And then that's it. And it's the day, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, I thought about it because some of these things are so, I don't know. I don't really like them.
They're very buttoned up.
Yeah. And it's very like, it's all like, hey, sponsors and all that good stuff. It's like, dude, it's all good. But Kevin, the comedian Kevin Nealon, I think his name is.
Oh, I love Kevin Nealon. Yeah, he's so good.
He does like a walk and talk with a bunch of people through LA and just does a podcast while walking with them. And it's hilarious. And they don't talk about a single thing scripted, I don't believe. And it's just all off the cuff. And it's hilarious. Good. And like, I've gone on bike rides with, some of the guys, like George Westcott lives up here in Bend. I've gone on bike rides with him, and we just chat about Amazon stuff and other stuff too.
Sure.
And it's way more fun because you have that dopamine of like, you're like doing something and then you just start talking like naturally, like you're like friends with these people that you're doing cool stuff with. And I like that a lot better. Yeah, we're live people. We're not just like, here I am at a conference.
Oh, I meant like we're live people, but yeah.
Oh. But yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Okay, well then maybe we're live on air in front of 1,100 people right now.
Yeah.
I'm never going to tell you how many people are on here. All I can tell you is people show up every time we go live. That's all I can say. Do you really care about the numbers? That's what I tell all of our clients. Do you really care about the numbers? They love that. Of course they care about the numbers. One of our propositions, or not propositions, but unique selling points is for Cartology is we provide a really high level of service, and the results matter. You still have to get results at the end of the day. So the idea I think is solid. Maybe you start it in Bend, see what it's like. Maybe you keep it in Bend. Who knows? But it would be cool to, yeah, I don't know. It would be cool to have people join. But what is it, like an Amazon service provider event?
I don't know.
Amazon ecosystem?
Just people that like, sell on Amazon, help people sell on Amazon, and like doing stuff outdoors.
Yeah.
I had a couple people comment. One was like, "Hey, I don't know how to snowboard," and I'm like, "Well, skill level. It's more about the attitude than the skill level. So if you're willing to go and like,
I've got great attitude.
Try and give it a shot. Like, maybe you won't be able to go with a whole group the whole time, or if you never snowboarded, maybe you just get up there and get on the snow and try something new and whatnot and push yourself. But, and then there a couple other comments were like, this could exclude people. And it was
well,
funny.
then those people just are naysayers. That's it. We don't need to listen
yeah.
to that. That's BS.
Yeah.
Of course it could exclude people. Just like people who don't want to go to business conferences, it could exclude people. Anyone could be excluded from anything.
Yeah.
You can't include every single person.
No, you can't.
Because maybe someone can't afford a ticket or it's the wrong time. Like, oh, you're going to have it in January? Well, that's a bad month for me. Great. What do you want? What do you want me to do?
It needs to be on this day for me.
So maybe we've got accountability now of what we're actually going to do, because I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have a plan. Show up in Bend sometime in the wintertime. You've got a couple months to plan it. What's better, late, early winter, like December, or later, like January, February, March?
Those months, January, February, March.
What is the best month?
Oh, well, can't really plan that.
I can't make it. That's a bad month for me.
That one, you can't make it?
Yeah, whatever the best one is.
Shoot.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I think I will support you, help you do it. Let's talk about Prime Day and how it went for you.
Prime Day went good. It was
no aggressive promotions, right? It was more.
Not really.
Okay.
One of my clients was just like blah. It was due to the fact that we had one of the bestseller listings down for a while and just couldn't get it back up. Got it up literally the second day of Prime Day. But that's okay. It is what it is.
Why was it down?
It was actually due to the expiration.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, I remember you posting about that.
Yeah.
Raise your hand, all people. Raise your hand if you have a problem with Amazon putting expiration dates on things that don't actually need expiration dates or do not have not expired, but Amazon's saying that they are.
Yeah, it was a rough go, and I rushed it. We rushed it because we wanted to try to get it up before Prime Day, and due to that, it got some corners cut and not the right things were set up, and then figured it out and got everything that needed to get and went up. So, but it's not a big deal with it. The company knew, they're not mad about it. But otherwise, out of that, we were up profitable. Spend was good. Had normal promotions on it, Prime exclusive discounts, some best deals and whatnot. Obviously Prime Day was way better than last year because it was 4 days versus 2.
Sure. And I heard people saying Amazon's changed reporting internally so that they're not giving you the deal price. They're giving you
I think it was the other way around, wasn't it?
They were giving you now the deal price.
Yeah.
And then doing it 4 days. Like that was some kind of intentional thing. Do you think that was an intentional thing to help boost shareholder? I feel like sometimes we think Amazon does these things, and maybe leadership knows and people that we interact with would not. By leadership, I mean like VP of product or something like that. Do you really? I feel like sometimes we think they're doing these things, and maybe they're just like, hey, let's pivot and adjust how we do stuff.
Yeah, I also think that a lot of people just dig in too deep and just to create
Content.
just create content.
Did you see people posting about that?
Yeah, I saw. I forgot who it was.
I know Jed posted about it.
I think Jed posted about it. I think he was the first one. Yeah, I forgot the numbers, but I think it was the same thing. So if it's 2 days, the first day is always the better one, I think, and then the second day is not as good, and then
first and fourth,
and fourth day were the best.
We're best, which is interesting because normally second day is not normally, as in anecdotally, it's not as good. That doesn't mean that it won't be.
Well, when you think about it, it's psychological. It's psychological. So it's people that
psychological is my
psychological.
Is more my favorite word.
The first day they're like, "Oh, cool, it's up," and then they're like, "Oh, it's 4 days."
I can wait.
And other people are like, "Oh, I can wait," and then 4 days go by, and they're like, "Oh crap, I gotta buy now," and so they buy. And it's always the cycle too. Everyone shares the same graph. It's peaks in the morning, dips, and then it peaks at night. It's because people have lives. People are doing things for the most part.
We are live people.
We are live people, and they're doing things. Kids, it's in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So when there's downtime, that's when they shop or whatnot. So yeah, I mean it's kind of the same as every other year. Of course, Prime Day as a whole is a lot bigger now because it's 4 days. But yeah.
And it sounds like that's going to be the case going forward. But why not just make it a week? Like, why not make it Prime Week? It doesn't have as big of a ring to it, but no one knew what Prime Day was a decade ago.
Yeah, and I also think it's all the different retailers that are just sitting there going,
they're going for a week now.
They're all measuring contests. It's like, whose is bigger?
Yeah, measuring what? What are we measuring?
Their sales.
Oh, that's what we call it now.
That's what we're calling
quite the sales you got there,
buddy. Wow, look at that.
That's an amazing sales. All right, I will say this. First and fourth were best for us. I had a client who was and we started working with them post this because of this, but they had a suspension and they got unsuspended right after Prime Day, which is kind of interesting. I also heard that some people were up and running during Prime Day, and then right after Prime Day, they got suspended, which is also kind of interesting. I just think sometimes we lean into theories too much because it sounds good and real.
Yeah.
We have a question, and the question is, I will read it off. It's the first probably question we've answered in a long time, but it is a gentleman named, I hope I'm saying his name right, Noray's Onward. And he said, I want to learn more about using automation in business and Amazon. What steps should I take? And I just said, what kind of automation? But I think you and I both experimented with that in some capacity. I do think it's two buckets, Amazon and business. Which one would you like to hit first?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh no, do Amazon.
Okay. I think that's a good place to start because the business conversation I think is much deeper. But I feel like Amazon pricing, bid automation. What else would you put in that bucket? Pricing to maintain buy box or to maximize profitability. Maintain buy box. You can set pricing rules on Amazon. You need to know what your min and max are, but test it. Like experiment with stuff. I think people feel like they have to do this whole rollout, and why not just try and see if something will work? Bid automation, you can set some rules in Amazon now. I would recommend that for someone who doesn't know a ton about Amazon and maybe give it some guardrails to let Amazon, they've got so much data. You're at least now telling them where you would like to be instead of, or they're doing stuff that's very similar to Google in like a Google PMax campaign. You have no control over targeting. And that's where Amazon's wanting you to go. That's where Google's wanting you to go, but they can send it to YouTube, search. They say they're going to optimize based on that. like what's going to perform the best, but then you basically say, here's what my CPA is, or my CAC, optimized to this. So like CPC kind of becomes irrelevant, but those to me feel like the two biggest.
Yeah, I mean, there's softwares out there for advertising that can automate quite a bunch.
Yep.
Keyword isolation, negative keywords, and man, those softwares are dime a dozen now. Can't really list them off. All of them do.
And everybody says AI. Some are using it, some are not. I think the big thing with go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, with advertising, I've always been there's been AI quite a bit out there right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been out for advertising softwares, but it's been out there for
several
quite
years.
A bit. But you set guardrails, and it's kind of been the same thing. It's like, hey, you set up the thing, and then it takes about, I don't know, 30, 60, 90 days to actually like start to see something. I've always been a firm believer. It's like, hey, use some automations, but also leverage your knowledge too. So don't just rely on always automations when it comes to advertising. And I still believe that. I still think that's true. This goes down a whole nother road, is that I think sometimes we're too reliant on some of these softwares, where we kind of lose touch of the whole deal. But
that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. It's like, and the thing is you can create your own workflows so easily now, and make it quick, but also like be like, I know something's wrong, or I need this to be like this, and then you semi-automate it with your own workflows, using AI, where it's essentially like, hey, download the reports, pop it into chat, Claude, whatever, say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you isolate this? And then you can kind of see, and then you can be like, okay, cool. I need to change these keywords. It won't change it for you. You have to go and change it. But
right now,
it leverages your knowledge and makes it the workflow faster. So
that's what I like.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing quite a bit, in what I'm doing right now is there's so many different workflows within selling on Amazon. And that could even be, downloading a report and putting it into a spreadsheet, whatever. It could also be, submitting cases for, expired products,
Yeah.
So how do you create automation, which is going to happen down the road, more agentic and stuff like that, where push a button, and someone can do it for you. But there's always the, hey, like, you got to make sure it's accurate. And that's going to happen. I firmly believe it will happen. I don't know when. But
you believe specifically what will happen?
Where you can go into have an agent go into the back end of Amazon, pull a report, analyze it, and basically send you the report. Like, I think a lot of these softwares are going to die. Don't know when, but a lot of them
Amazon's providing a lot of the things that some of the software said they could do, like budgeting controls or bid management, if you really want to set that up.
But the thing that Amazon lacks is just like I don't know how to say this.
It's nuance and or not nuance. But connectedness and reporting intelligence. Meaning, you need to see everything in one place. Their SKU economics is great, but don't plug your cogs in to show them what your cost of goods is. So it's not going to give you everything that you need. It'll give you, but like you click on a SKU now, you can see sales, units sold, shipments that something's in, capacity, all this stuff. Like, that's great. But I think ideally you want it in one centralized place for yourself, and ads and Seller Central, the retail side, are not connected, which is very challenging.
Yeah. And I think that's like, you and I both use Makeshift. I'll do a plug for them. They're great.
Shout out to Sam Hagar and Makeshift.
Yeah. You have everything right there. And as service people that have been in Amazon for almost 10 years, you can look at a dashboard and be like, cool, everything looks like it's going good. Or you're like, oh, that looks off. And then you can dig in a little further based off of that. So that's key. But going back to automation with Amazon, yes, there is ways to automate Amazon. But now what I do is I look at things that I've done over the years and like be like, how can I reduce my time doing those
Yeah.
by utilizing AI? And so that's what I've started doing and building things out. Content creation is just crazy now. Like anyone can create content.
I
Like,
feel I'm a little bullish on the fact that yes, anybody can create content, but I think it still stands out
yeah,
if you're creating your own content. And ghostwriting can work, but I just think it lacks authenticity. And
yeah,
then
and
when people do meet you, it becomes like, oh, this is not who this person really is.
well, yeah, oh yeah, well, I think you're talking about LinkedIn. I was talking about like Amazon listings. Like it's
Oh,
so
gotcha.
easy to push a button and be like, cool, there's
Yes,
the
I
content, and
was.
then you just throw it up there. But it's like, is that really what is needed to be up there? You know?
It gives
Um,
us access to more capabilities, and just like YouTube allowed for more people to put more crap on the internet, good and bad. That's what some of the technology, if it's automation, if it's actual artificial intelligence, those are all things that can happen. And I think we want to avoid putting out a bunch of crap, which Amazon's done a good job of cleaning up. And yes, I was talking about LinkedIn content, but yeah, you are right about creating a listing. I don't
yeah,
think people are reading it. It needs to be readable, and you need to have intent in there, but that's what something AI can do. Hey, I want this product or I want this listing to have 5 bullet points, include these 10 keywords, give it a funny tone, and make sure that you show that the purpose and intent of this is these 3 things. Cool. Now your listing's written.
yeah. Like I've been working with a client right now, and we're scraping like Reddit, questions, and then incorporating
Mm,
into a whole
okay.
system to create bullet points and titles, and then run it through Data Dive, and then run it through the bullet point checker, FDA compliance, doing a bunch of stuff to like really dial it in. Then there's Rufus. It's like, okay, a lot of times I'll even just like I'll do content, and then the other day I was like, okay, content's been up for a while. What are the
Mm,
prompts that Rufus is coming up with?
yeah, that's
It's
great.
literally like I was like, oh, I missed that one. Let me go put that in there. And it's like
That's fun.
it doesn't have to be perfect right away. It's like how do you like
Test. How do you test?
how
Just
do you
like people
test?
SEO before ads were ever out, and you'd see where you were ranked organically. That's exactly what we're talking about.
And for so another automation instance is the expiration thing. So I literally was like, dude, I need to be able to figure out how I can do this quicker. And so I created like a little tool for it. And then I'm working with a client who was like, hey, I need these cases. They need to be like set up. Here's some ones that have worked well. And I'm like, I'm going to make a tool for myself for this to make it way easier. So I literally created a tool where it inputs everything. And I got to refine it every time because I'm like, okay, this one didn't work. And then I go, hey, this one didn't work. And they're like, cool, let me change it up a little bit. Where it literally takes, I don't know, a brain power task and tasks all together that would maybe be 45 minutes to an hour. It takes like 15, 20 minutes now. It makes it quicker. So
I
that's
think
the
the
kind of
main thing is
automation I'm going
you
down.
still have to drive.
Yeah.
You have to be the one that drives. I've seen automation on the ad side go haywire and create new campaigns every day and make bid adjustments and all this stuff, and it's not intentional, or it doesn't have good intent behind it. And you still have to be the one to drive. So, Mr. Anwar, if you want to set up Amazon automation, you got a couple examples of what to do. I would stick with things that you know why you're implementing them. Like if you're just saying, I want automation, you don't have a reason to use automation. If your reason for using automation is, I want to simplify my workflow so I can do X, spend more time with clients, spend more time with family, whatever it is, spend less time on work and get more output, then you have a reason to start using automation. Then it's, what do I want to apply it to? And then you just need to find the tools and utilize it. But you've got a lot of stuff inside of Amazon to even do that, like you said.
Yeah, those are the questions asked for sure.
On the business side, it's a much deeper conversation. But I think to your point, that's using your knowledge base and leveraging not to create a business strategy necessarily for you, but hey, here's my plan. per se. Here's my business strategy. Did I forget anything? It's an extra set of eyes. We have an ad research process, and then I don't like calling it keyword research because really it's like media planning, but we have a media planning process, and then we have a strategy process for new account managers, and not new account managers, new accounts that come on, and the account manager runs it. And I went and used Perplexity to say, hey, I want to do this inside of this spreadsheet. Instead of having to have 5 different spreadsheets, I was able to condense it down to one. Took me a little bit of time, but now when I input data or someone inputs data into this file, it's good to go.
Yeah.
It'll highlight give me the top 3 sales, unit sales, lowest 3 buy, like give me these formulas. And it told me how to do conditional formatting. And so I went in and did it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think automation doesn't have to be as crazy or scary, but I'm boring myself. You do have to have intent behind it. And that's the thing I keep coming back to is what's your purpose? Why are you doing it? And do you actually know what you want to put automation behind?
Boom. There you go.
What do you feel like is pertinent to share with the peoples before we peace out of here?
Test everything.
Okay.
Keep testing.
Test.
No one likes that, but it's the truth.
But you brought up a great point. I'm putting content into Rufus, into the listing, and then I query Rufus. What are the questions that he's asking? Okay, great. Yeah. Now I'm going to go and update my content. And then when you go back, check again, see what else is out there. And maybe look at your competitors and see what is he suggesting as a query for them. Is that something I'm showing up for now too?
Yeah, 100%.
Before we go, last thing I'll say is I was at a tech conference in Park City last week, and people were asking, is search dead? Is search dead because of AI overviews in Google? And the answer is no. It's just evolving like it always does, because brands are now getting less clicks. They're having to track mentions in AI overviews. So it's changing things. My point was, well, Amazon needs to probably just integrate Rufus more into search, just put it into the search bar, force people to use it, because maybe adoption isn't great. But at what point do we start bringing monetization into this? Like, when is money, ad spend is where I was going. But it could be anything, but monetization has to come from it for it to make sense. We're still very early. I think we're even figuring out what the game is. We're not buying a uniform for the game. We're not playing the game. Like, what is the game that we're playing here? And so that's still to be determined. But from a monetization standpoint, when do ads come into play? Literally middle of the week last week, looked up dish scrubber on Amazon, and what popped up but a Rufus sponsored result. And I talked about this with Sam Hagar, that he was starting to see search terms like queries. What's the best sleeping bag for winter? That's where the thing I was go back to. But that was showing up in search term reports. And then an ad popped up, sponsored. Why do people use this product? Gave me the information I could buy. I'm like, okay, there we go. I'd never seen that before. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
All right, people. It's been from the East. It's been from the West. Test, test, test.